Success, Brian. High five. We pissed off DJ.
I put up with these too, so please subscribe to our Patreon and get a great Glencairn and join me in living hell. Welcome to the first episode in our Bottled and Bond bracket challenge. So if you've made it this far, hopefully you got your bracket in, because if you haven't, it's too late. And you're not going to win the really awesome lamp that we've got set up. So
what if they pause it and fill out their bracket right now?
Nope, it was due yesterday. Yeah, that would be like the guy running to the front of the room as the rover tries to land on Mars and be like, I forgot to add this one calculation. Well, it landed 7 minutes ago, so we in trouble. But so tonight we are going to do, I guess, what would be considered the East section of our bracket. And we're going to start off with our number 1 seed, which is Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond, which Chuck has right there because he's super proud of that bottle, versus the number 16 seed, which generally you can only find in Kentucky, which is Very Old Barton Bottled and Bond. Now, we are doing this blind, so that way we're not going to have any bias, because I'm pretty sure all three of us think the Heaven Hill is going to win. And I would hope so, considering it's a $50, $60 bottle versus the Very Old Barton, which is a $15 bottle. Now, caveat, the Heaven Hill used to be like a $30 bottle before Heaven Hill rebranded it and charged.
It's a year older now. That year aging makes all the difference.
Yeah,
I guess. I mean, that 1 year doubles the price.
Oh, there's the noses aren't even close.
Yeah, I got one nose that is definitely better.
Whichever one this is very nice.
The other nose isn't bad. There's just not as much there. It's mellow.
Oh, it's not bad though. Nice nutty caramel. Nice, just smooth from start to finish. Ooh, and the finish just lingers.
Very nice.
Yep. Unfortunately, we won't be able to give you a bunch of tasting notes, because what I have is my bottle or this bottle and this bottle is different than what Chuck has.
Yeah, they were randomized.
Yep. So just have to sit
back. I guess you could
back.
talk about the differences, but
yeah.
Sit back, enjoy the show, drink a little bourbon.
TJ will edit part of this out.
Yeah, I usually
maybe not. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would say both these are solid products.
They're a lot closer than I thought.
They are.
Okay. This one, I didn't want to say it, but that's exactly kind of where I was. I was like, I mean, this is going to be like, I know which one the Heaven Hill is, but I was like, I'm surprised at how close these are.
So what I'm what I'm pretty confident is the old Granddad? No, Very Old Barton. Sorry, is just it kind of gives you that water taste. It kind of goes away in the palate, so that it's got a lighter nose to start. The palate kind of disappears, and then the finish isn't nearly as strong, as lingering as what I think is Heaven Hill. This one.
Yeah, I would say what I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'll just say that this one for me is got a better nose. It's got vanilla in there, but then what really sets it and stands it out is it's got a nice peppery finish that just sits there and lingers and lingers.
Yes.
Now the other one, its nose is a little bit weaker, but still very pleasant. But it is a caramel bomb. Like, it is super sweet. It is smooth. It doesn't have much of a finish. It is one that is delicious. And I would just, tonight I feel like starting off drinking a bourbon. This is what I'm going to go for. Warm that palate up. Enjoy all the good bourbon notes.
The one with the better finish really seems to coat the mouth well too in the palate. Like, it got a nice oily mouthfeel.
Mm-hmm. All right, I've got mine.
Okay, I'm ready as well. We look?
I'm ready.
Well, are we going to go with just the winner, or are we going to go with second place, or does it really matter?
The winner. This is head to head here. So, if you know the winner, you know the loser. Okay.
I have number one. Which one was number one, guys?
That would be Heaven Hill. Takes it.
And if I were to describe this as a basketball game type of situation, I figure they go into halftime pretty close, and then in the second half, Heaven Hill just pulled away.
Yep.
You had that moment where you're going, wow, this is closer than I expect. And then at the end, you realize
the other team got a little tired.
All right. So the next two bottles in our bracket challenge, staying again in the East section, is number 8 and number 9, which are two bottles that are from distilleries that have been around a very long time. They're very old names. Now, one of them is a relatively new product, and one just got sold to a completely new company. So we don't know if you're going to continue to see it. So it'll be a fun matchup. And that is 1792 at the 8 seed and Early Times Bottled and Bond at the 9 seed. This is one that could very easily be an upset, and I'm excited to try it. These are two very great bourbons. Early Times is highly accessible. You can find it all the time for like 25 to 30 bucks. Now, if Sazerac continues with that, we will see. Only time will tell. And the 1792 Bottled Bond is a little bit harder to find, but it's about 40 bucks. So it'll be a fun test to see which one goes on.
Yeah, the 1792 I feel like is very seasonal, at least for me. I usually see shipments about twice a year, and you get it then, or you don't get it at all.
Yeah, it hit shelves around here in summer, early August, I think. Seemed to be available most places, and then it was there and gone.
Well, I mean, that would go with the bottled and bond schedule. So to be bottled and bond, all the grain and everything has to be done in one distillation period, which is a 6-month period. And then, so you have 6 months to get everything done, distilled, and in the federally bonded warehouse. And then you have that next 6 months to do the next batch. So would make sense that it might be a little seasonal.
Yeah, I guess you don't have to necessarily release it on that schedule, but
yeah.
Has to be at least 4 years, but doesn't have to be. There's no maximum, right?
Right. It's got to be at least 4 years, and it does have to be 100 proof. That is not optional.
So unlike our first matchup, where I very clearly decided what the two were, this one, so the noses are very
pretty close. Identical. Yeah.
Pretty identical. The palates are not though. One, I'm getting like a very sweet caramel. The other one almost like a little bit of a floral note, along with it goes to more of a peppery finish quicker.
Yeah, I would like just nosing it. I'm not really getting a difference in either nose.
Whichever one's on my right here, I feel like I'm getting a little bit of cherry on the nose.
That one, I think is the one I'm getting a little bit sweeter. The one that I was saying a floral note, could be a little bit of a rye spice coming through too.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, there's one that's definitely caramel. Again, your traditional, your traditional bourbon stuff, and then there's one that's like I would say is a high rye bourbon because you're getting some spice, some pepper in there, which naturally leads me to I think I know which one's which.
I think so too.
But I'm not sold we're going to agree on this because I would say they're equal. It's going to come down to
it's a preference.
It's a preference choice here.
Which I think drinking. Sorry, go ahead. Finish your thought there, TJ.
I was just going to say, which is what you would expect from an 8v9 seed, is they are so evenly matched. It's who's it going to go for the night.
Yeah, they seem properly seated.
Yeah, I mean, in basketball terms, what we're really talking about here is different play styles.
Mm-hmm.
You have one that is definitely more rye pepper. The other one's a little bit more sweet. Some cherry notes on there. The other one, I feel like I got that floral, that pepper. So it's kind of like tonight. I feel like it's dependent tonight on just whichever one you're leaning towards. I think if we were to do this 5 times, we would potentially pick out a different winner, just based on the night. Just like you would see with 2 competitive basketball teams.
Right. I mean, I would always pick up this one as the winner because I'm usually in the mood for a really caramel forward bourbon. That's just my style. That's what I really like.
Yeah.
I do get those cherry notes towards the finish, like you were talking about. And so, yeah, I've got my winner without a doubt. But I'm not sold it's going to be your guys' winner, and I'm not sold it would be one of our viewers' winner. It like we said, it really comes down to a preference. Unlike the first matchup, which was like guaranteed, like this one's better. So it'll be interesting, like later on in the bracket, because I think there are more and more will come down to this style of like, what is the preference?
What do you prefer?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's I think. I'm going to prefer the caramel sweet cherry finish to drink neat. I think this one would be really nice as a mixer in an old fashioned because of that rye spice comes through.
Yeah,
which would be nice in an old fashioned.
Yeah, and I'm the one I think that's probably the most partial to the rye finishes out of the three of us. I really enjoy that pepper. Kind of some of those stronger rye notes. But tonight, I'm actually leaning towards the other one a little bit. For whatever reason. That's just kind of, I do think start to finish has a little bit more to offer.
You ready?
Yep, I got mine.
And hopefully we're all describing the correct one.
Mine is number 9, Early Times.
Mine's number 9 too. Yes. Oh, that had me fooled. I thought that was 1792.
Oh no, Which one was yours, Brian?
So tonight I was going back and forth. I went number 8, which is I don't even know which one.
1792.
1792.
Okay.
So I went 1792 tonight.
Oh, without a doubt, I knew that the caramel was early.
2/3 majority.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Yep.
And that little bit of a cherry note on it is just delicious. Once again, thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, make sure you hit the bell so when our next video comes out as we continue this bracket challenge through March, you know about that upcoming video. Also, please check out our Patreon page if you want to get some sweet Glencairns with our logo on it and everything like that. And just support the channel so we can continue doing these wonderful things. Please check us out. So we'll see you next time.
Stay neat.
Our Bourbon.